Decorators and a microphone. The UK's first painting and decorating podcast with Trev and Ryan.
Hi guys.
How welcome to the podcast.
Back once again, Renegade Master.
You may hear my neighbour mowing his grass.
I think he finally got it working. Lawnmower. He was out there for about 10 minutes trying to get that thing going.
So yes, you might have countrified sounds of neighbours mowing their lawns.
Great, spring's here.
Yes,
ding
great.
dong.
Yes. How you been? How are things? How's life treating you?
It's all right. I used a quarter tank of fuel this week, which is good.
Yeah,
that's
the
the key this week instead of 2 full tanks a week when I'm going down the yard.
That's mental.
What are we doing now?
I'm just I'm actually when I went to turn off the computer. In fact,
restart.
What I did do was restart it. So I'm just going to.
Old people and technology, eh?
No, it's not about being old. It's about pressing the wrong button. That was all. But we'll soon rectify that.
Yeah.
So, how's your... Oh, Dulux Select.
Oh, straight into it. Dulux Trade. Hello, Dulux.
No, apparently,
right.
I was browsing through the internet the other day.
Okay.
No, not like that. Looking for...
right, yeah.
Looking for people that are spraying kitchens and such and such and such and such.
Yeah.
Came across a company in Winchester. I can't remember the name.
Yep.
However, they say they are Dulux accredited kitchen sprayers.
Okay.
So I thought that's a bit odd. So I put a link to their website at Dulux Select.
Yeah.
And apparently there's nothing you can do about it. Because they've been on a course.
Yeah.
They've been on the spraying course at the academy.
Yeah.
Then they can say they're accredited to Dulux because...
Watch out, Tony, we're coming!
Which I think's a load of bollocks, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say that on there because all I did was, I was that bloke that, says something at the pub and then just disappears. I'll just leave that comment there and then see what happens.
Train spotting the bloke that just throws a glass over his shoulder.
Yeah. So, but I just think it's a bit... I mean...
I reckon what we're going to do, we need to set up a 2-Decks Academy. And you pay us 15 quid and you can say you're accredited by us.
Yeah,
we'll call it something fancy.
Yeah, but
super fine finish training or something like that.
But a good point was made on there was that if you say you're accredited, doesn't that not mean that you're sort of approved or endorsed or backed by which is, I don't think that's anything to do with the academy. You've just been on a course.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah. I really think they should be doing a little bit more. Maybe they are. Dulux Select, part of the Dulux Trade Network, should be doing a bit more to look after the interests of their brand, I think. I do.
I think that's the only time there's been concern for Dulux brand on this podcast.
Well,
to be honest.
Exactly. We're talking, but I just think it's a bit off that people can just go and in fact, nilly do what they
willingly and or nillingly.
Do what they feel fit to do. So nice.
I had my mic turned off for that.
I don't know what's going to happen going forward, but surely I do think Dulux
I demand a change.
Dulux Trade should be definitely doing something about it.
As Dulux Decorator of the Year 2018, I demand some sort of fucking action on this.
No, I just think I think people, select members pay decent money to be part of like a recognised, and otherwise what's the point of earning it? We could all go around.
It wasn't necessarily that he was saying he was a Dulux Select Decorator.
No. He was saying
more that he was
accredited to. But I mean, a customer's going to know, because when you say you're
big secret, customers don't even know about Select.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. So
well, you're part of Dulux Select. What's that then?
Yeah, exactly. It'll probably be
that I think is my biggest issue. Well, one of my issues with Select in an actual terms of operation, not just with the doddery olds that are in the actual program. Shining example sat across the desk from me now.
Yeah,
is that granted, like you get all of the guarantees and things like that and blah blah blah, but I think first and foremost, it's a thing that you need to sell to customers to say, look, this is all the benefits that it brings. It's not just me saying, oh, I've gone on a training course for X, Y, and Z company, and I can now, they've given me a certificate of...
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. You go and tell the customer when you go and see them, don't you? Yeah. That's what sets you apart.
Yeah, but if they knew about that already, but is that not part of Dulux's job? Is to push out that Select is a thing and Select Decorators are a thing?
Yeah, but I get like everybody, they're pushed for budgets, aren't they? Marketing and everything else. There's only so much they can do. But the thing they can do is stop people going on a Dulux course and then putting up on their website they're accredited to Dulux. That's just blatant. Rubbish.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up?
Well, yeah, just because I don't... whenever it's a corporation involved, I don't believe that they've not got enough money.
Well, no, of course they haven't. They all run on budgets like everybody else, aren't they? Not everybody else, but like most.
Q2 revenue up 26% higher than Q2 2020. Pricing up 14%. Revenue was up 9%. Yeah, they're doing all right.
Yeah, but... Still, look up the kitchen.
I'm not.
Oh, right, anyway. Okay, but I just think.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah.
Especially when it's pointed out to them to say, look, this is what's going on, and it's sort of like, oh yeah, well, we do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what it come across. They might be doing stuff behind the scenes, and I might have got it. It wouldn't be the first time I've got something wrong.
No. That's. I just feel that Select of a program needs to be advertised more to the customer. Plenty of decorators know about it.
Yeah.
But it's not like I've seen, like a Dulux advert on the TV and go, for best application, find a Dulux Select decorator.
Yeah. It's
for a professional finish.
And also maybe
Select and
this accredited thing should be mentioned on the course. That when you leave, you can't, it's not, you can't say that. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit of a kick in the balls, really. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll get off my soapbox about that.
Mate, this entire podcast is just soapboxes. There's a big stack of them behind me here. I'm just trying to find one that I can climb on. So I've been alone on this job this week.
In where?
In Addleston.
Back on the charity job?
Yeah.
Yeah?
When you leave a job and you're the last one there and you're the last one out...
Yeah.
Do you ever get lay in bed that evening and worry, did I turn the heater off? Am I going to go there tomorrow and the entire job's burnt down?
I did at the yard the other day. I thought, oh, God, have I turned the compressor off? Has that been rattling on all night because it leaks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, oh, no, has that been going off all night? So, I do. You do have that.
Yeah, just 3 in the morning and just blah, 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 from the compressor.
Yeah.
My worst, the creepiest one for that, when I was still living here, I came out one night for a smoke at 2, 3 in the morning, just on my Todd. I sat on the deck I was having a little chuff, and I could just hear. What the fuck is that? Because that's normally the thing, innit? In spooky horror films, is nursery rhymes played slowly and a bit distorted. I'm gonna get murdered. I'm gonna get fucking murdered. What am I doing out here? And it wasn't. It was one of the kids' toys in the shed had slipped, and it had pushed on the button, and it had obviously been going all day with road noise and stuff. You couldn't hear it. But by the time I got out there at 2 in the morning, the batteries had got a bit low. Scared the bejesus out of myself.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah.
How was Addleston anyway?
Yeah, it was alright. Yeah. It was a bit of there's a lot to get on with, but nothing to do. If that makes sense. Yeah. You're one of those jobs where, there's plenty to do, but there's nothing for me to get my teeth into, and I spend most of the day just sat around waiting for filler. I've completely given up now, and I started watching Netflix at work. I just stick it on my phone, put it on a windowsill, put my headphones in. I'll watch Netflix now. I can't be bothered.
Why?
What does it matter if I'm just watching Archer or something on my phone? It don't really matter, does it?
It's not very professional, is it?
Oh, there's no one there. It's empty.
Did you put that thing up the other day about how to give 100% at work?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh dear, yeah, that was
That's one out there for the wages.
I spoke to Max the other day.
Yeah,
he's taking on 2 new builds.
Great.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
That'll be an experience.
Yeah, he's going to spray them apparently. So if I find anything more, I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, I got a flat to spray on Monday.
Have you?
Yeah.
You'll be all right. We did all right at Caterham.
I know.
Or is it just?
I know we always have like a. Not always, but it tends to be a pretty slow start to the year, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Most years, it takes a little bit to get going.
We should be going by now. It's March.
But well, no, that's what I'm saying. This year, because we had that job in Winchester, and we had a couple of jobs that we rattled out quite early at the beginning of the year, and then it just disappeared. It's like the effort. I just can't be bothered to wake up in the morning anymore.
Well, we did. We spent about 3 weeks doing the yard.
Yeah,
most of February.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm just struggling to actually get my head in the game. That's why it's going to be fun working back with Joe next week, because, yeah.
That's what you need.
That's getting there at 8 o'clock in the morning, working until 4, and then going home and doing proper jobs.
That's what you need, though, I think. Yeah. You need a bit of that. Get you back in the swing of things.
Not that he listens anymore, but I am probably going to be late on Monday, Joe. I don't actually think he's there. I think he's at a course, so...
So you're there with...
Vicky don't mind me being late. She don't care.
Oh, and if you're taping up, she likes taping up.
Yeah, I'm going to get there at 11:30.
That killed me on that job. Oh,
yeah, God. It is, isn't it? It is. It is so long. It takes so much out of you.
But it's well worth doing.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, once you got into it, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest, I was expecting more to get done the night you stayed there.
What, after you left?
I didn't realise that when you said, I finished masking up. I was like, Jesus, he's done, he's just plodded on all evening and got that job done. No. You finished masking what you were masking at the time and then stopped.
Yeah.
If I'm staying on the job, because there's jack all else to do, like there wasn't even a TV there really. I know you had your iPad and stuff. That's probably what I'd have done. Chuck some joggers on, got the iPad on and watched some TV and just carried on cracking around masking.
I did the first part.
What? Put your joggers on?
Had a shower, got my joggers on. And I didn't do anything more. It was all right. It wasn't,
I broke my shower this morning.
Why?
Well, we got one of these bloody, like, the Wish shower heads where it's got all of the beads and
we got one of them, yeah.
I was, cleaning out the bottom of the bath. And I put it onto the, jet. I put it onto the jet, and then the relief valve on the shower popped open, so it started pissing out of the bottom of the shower. God. And it's already gone down the plug hole, so there's no way I'm finding that again. I was like, Bex, I've broken the shower. But I liked that. Yeah, I know, I didn't do it on purpose, did I?
I knew you liked it, that's why I wrecked it.
Yeah. Mate, I think that's what she thinks sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the way she thinks.
But, no, so that was... I sprayed the first couple of doors in the yard last week.
Nice. Already come across a problem.
Yeah. We've got to come across a problem. I've got a door.
You've got a limit.
I've got
a height limit in the yard.
2200, and our ceiling's only 2200, so I had to lay it down flat. And oh my God, I use those. What do you call it? Door deckers.
Yeah.
But on your own,
they're pointless.
Yeah, you can't if you're on your own. So, what's it? Improvise and what is it? Adapt, improvise and overcome.
Yep.
So that's what I've done. I've commissioned a fabricator to come up with a bracket to help me.
We should get a welder. A couple of times in my life I've needed a welder.
For the couple of times in your life that you've needed a welder?
There's already a couple of times so far. There's going to be a couple more. Mate, I've got hopefully a few more years than you. I know you're on the wind down, but I'm normally on a wind up.
I can't imagine the sort of damage we'd cause with a welder.
I'll be alright with a welder, mate. It's steady hands, isn't it? It's all about steady hands. It's like cutting in, but with metal.
So yeah, I've commissioned 2 brackets to be made. So I was quite surprised at the price.
So we can do a door at a time?
Well, at the minute, all I've got to do is a door at a time. See if it works first. It might not work.
Oh yeah, it might not.
At least I'm doing something. Yep. Doing something is better than doing fuck all.
Oh, you say that, but sometimes the stuff you do, mate, it would be better to have done.
No, it's not.
You know how camper vans, you can get like the
I tell you what, it'd be nice if once in a while you fucking were a bit more encouraging instead of being such a cunt.
Brittle spirit, mate. That's what that is. Brittle spirit.
Can't you just, you know what I mean? It's like being with your mother. It'd be nice if there was someone on my fucking side rather than everybody against me thinking, oh yeah, you're a dick, it ain't going to work.
Well, I don't think you're a dick.
No, but you still don't think it's going to work.
Well, I don't see how a man of 54 years still needs like affirmations.
Well, because you do. Of course you do. Of course you do.
Fucking man up. Fucking snowflake generation. Yeah, I'm looking right at it.
Be quite good.
It'd be nice if you were nice to me.
It'd be quite
nice to me.
It'd just be a little bit more encouraging if we thought we're both on the same sort of side and both had the same.
We're both on the same sort of side.
Goals.
But I've just got better ideas than you. Sorry.
And you just rip the piss all the time, and it gets a bit fucking monotonous.
Well, I tell you what, mate, maybe if you brought me up differently, instead of in a house where everything ever was just taking the fucking piss.
Yeah, but you're 26 nearly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not here going, oh, Dad, please, Dad, tell me that I've done a good thing.
I'm not saying that.
Fuck.
I'm not saying that.
If I do a good job, I know I've done a good job. I don't need some cunt to tell me I've done a good job.
Oh, fuck off. I'm not asking if it's... Oh.
That's exactly what... It'd be nice if you just told me I was doing a good job.
It'd be nice if we just sort of thought we were both heading in the same direction with the same ideas and the same goals in mind, instead of you being such a cunt about it all the time.
Yeah, well, maybe bring me up differently. Tell you what. Go join fucking... Is it Cindy? Turn back time and find another way.
Fuck's sake. I'll tell you what would be good now.
You do that as I'm pulling my phone up, trying to find the reference.
No, we've ended that section now. Fucking it. Dear, oh dear. What's been upsetting you this week, Rye?
Fucking life, mate.
Yeah.
Life has been upsetting me.
I'll tell you what gets me. I don't know, is it just me? But you're plodding along with your life. No, you're plodding on. No, not with your life, but with your day. So you're there, and you're quite a nice space, and you're doing this, and you're plodding along. Then all of a sudden, you think of all the shit that's going on in fucking Ukraine and Russia, and does that not start to play on your mind a little bit?
Not really.
Oh, it fucking does me. I don't think that cunt is going to be happy until he's
it was
fucking...
share.
Yeah, all right. I don't think he's going to be happy until he's fucking set off a fucking few nuclear warheads. Do you? I think that's what he's aiming for. I think we don't need that. We've moved on from there now. Fucking
yeah, but
Chris
it's
Moyles.
only about now that I've managed to get Spotify up on my phone and it loaded.
Yeah, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not fun. Again, the only one person finding it funny is you. There's me trying to...
50% of the audience so far, mate. 50% of people that have listened to this podcast so far have found it funny.
There's me talking about World War III and you're playing fucking share.
What's the fucking point? What can you do about it? Why worry about it?
So how do I get around it then? Just not worry about it.
Do what I do.
What's that?
Smoke a lot of fucking weed. And then you just forget about it. Play Football Manager.
Yeah.
I've been getting into League of Legends.
I mean, I don't mind a nuclear war. Don't fucking... We're not talking about... We're being serious. Fuck off of your Football Manager.
It's serious business, my man.
World War III, like I say... I don't mind. If I'm going to go, I'm going to go. What I don't want to fucking do is get caught up in all that fucking radiation shit.
The bigger risk, I think, people when you talk about nukes, people go for like city destroyers, London's gone, blah blah blah. Things
yeah, but I don't
like
think they will hit London, will they?
The scarier thing,
oh god, yeah,
is tactical nukes. So not that big a payload in it, but it will be used on a battlefield sort of thing.
Right.
They're a little bit, I'd say they're scarier because you'd use multiple of them and the fallout would be quite bad off of them.
Well, that's what he's saying.
It's harder to stop that. If something's coming for London, there's plenty of defences around London and things like that.
Yeah, but the smaller ones are harder.
If you're just in some field in fucking Ukraine and they decide to launch a nuke off of a fucking back of a truck... Because at one point in the 50s, they were trying to design... either it goes into an artillery cannon or it goes into a man-portable mortar. Small nukes that do that. But, like MacArthur in Korea wanted 5 nukes. He was pleading with the American government, like, go on, give me some nukes. Give me some nukes. I only need 5. They told him no.
I don't know where it's going to end.
It's not going to end in nukes, mate. I'll tell you that now.
I tell you what, I wish I was as assured as you are, because it does worry me.
Study a bit of history. That would be the way to sort yourself out.
Yeah, but he's a madman, isn't he?
No, he's not.
No, he is.
He's not. A man was the head of the KGB for about 20 years. He's not an idiot. He's not a madman. He's not a fool.
What I'm thinking is, the more he's not getting his own way, the more extremes he's going to go to prove a fucking point. He's already hit that NATO training place yesterday, didn't he?
It wasn't really a NATO training place. It was a place where NATO have trained.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's 15 miles from the Polish border.
Yeah.
That's like from here to Aldershot, because I asked Alexa and she told me. So that is fucking... Yeah. If that had gone awry and gone into Poland, what would that have fucking caused? You know what I mean? But he's playing with fire. I mean, already playing with fire, but now he's playing with fire and fucking petrol and...
Yeah, nah, it's not. I think your stress is coming from ignorance. Read up.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, I'm not mean that in a bad
that's
way.
good. No, I think that's good. So educate me then. Come on.
Oh, no, I'm just saying you need to do it yourself because, to be honest, I'm not the person to be telling about this. You need to, jump.
I think I'll put my hands up and I agree with you there because I think you're right. I don't know fuck all about it. But what I'm worried about is the more I look into it and the more I read, the more fucking worried I'm going to be about it rather than be more reassured.
The more you look into it and the more you read, the more you realise that Russia's viewing it as a regional conflict. They're not looking at it as a sort of world stage thing. That
and the West is looking at it as
looking at it as quite a big thing, but Russia is more thinking, just like they've done to Georgia, just like they've done in
they're just taking back what was originally theirs.
Yeah, they're not even taking it back. They just want a couple of buffer states. It's the same thing that went on in the fucking Cold War as it is now.
Yeah.
But
so why did
we've been close to a full nuclear war more times than you know. A lot more times than you know.
Yeah.
From bad signals, from bad intelligence, from all of this stuff, been close a lot of times.
But again, there you go. See, ignorance is bliss. It's like
it's not. You're the one stressing out.
No. But what I'm saying is, if you don't know about it, then if you don't know about it, it's not going to.
Have a quick Google and a quick read on all of the times that we've become fucking seconds away from a full-on nuclear war. It's not going to happen, and he doesn't have the support in there. Dictatorships like that are backed on constantly showing your strength. That's why Hitler was only, granted, he picked up power in 36?
I don't know.
And he was gone by 45. But because he invaded Czechoslovakia, he invaded Poland, he invaded fucking Russia, all because he constantly needed to be showing that he was the strongest man in Europe.
Yeah.
So that's why, you think, why would you invade Russia in the winter, blah, blah, blah. Why would you even turn your back on Russia, who was supposedly at the time your ally, and blah, blah, blah. But because he constantly needed to be making advances and showing that they were the strongest. And, he's just constantly trying to push it out a bit. But at a certain point, there's there'll be a lot of internal politics in Russia that we'll never know about and won't know about now because everything's so tightly controlled.
Yeah.
I saw a video that they've gone, I think 250 people that were protesting in Russia have now been arrested. Yeah. I think I said the other week about the woman that was in the siege of Leningrad. She was 109 and they arrested her because she was holding... I saw someone get arrested for holding up a blank sheet of paper. They stood in the square, went like that with a blank sheet of paper, 2 coppers straight away, gone.
There's a woman yesterday, wasn't there? That's been to she was in a concentration camp in the Second World War and she's made out of you. You think, fucking...
Yeah.
Has that poor woman not been through a fucking nothing?
Yeah, but you look at the advances and stuff that they've made in the, whatever it is, I think 18 days, however long since they invaded, and they've not gone as far as they can. There's I think it's called a battalion task group, which is like the operational level of the Russian army.
They've lost 3 generals as well, apparently.
Yeah. But those battalion task groups can last about 45 miles away from a supply depot.
Oh, you said, yeah.
So here to London, basically, a little bit less than that, is what they can do before they need to stop, set up another base, move again.
Yeah. It's a bit like climbing Everest, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's also dependent on having all of the fuel to move the trucks. You look at a lot of these abandoned vehicles, they're not...
Well, that's what they're saying, weren't they? That 40-mile long queue.
Yeah.
The ones at the front got bogged down. They kept their engines running because they wanted to keep warm and everything else. Then they ran out of fucking fuel. So the ones at the back were then trying to come...
Yeah.
The tankers... And the tankers couldn't drive off the road because of the way they were built. So they needed
a road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it all got snarled up. I don't know.
It
is a bit of a fuck up,
It's a big fucking button to push because I think if he did launch nukes and then they weren't sorted by... Because if you don't think that every Russian launch site is monitored and tracked and probably got a couple of satellites that do a pass every now and then, if they see any sort of activity going forward, then that is that is then him going from a regional conflict in Ukraine that NATO's not involved in yet. Yeah, they're giving some supplies and whatever, but not fully involved in yet into a full-on actual war between Russia and the West.
I just don't know. He just seems to be just fucking... I don't know what he's proving. He's just pushing and pushing and pushing it.
Well, it's not approving anything. He's trying to... He's not just done it for no reason. He is trying to get things out of invading Ukraine. There are a couple of targets that he needs to get, which is there's a gas pipeline that runs through the Ukraine that he wants. Like I was saying about they cut the water supply off to the Crimea. Obviously warm water ports has always been a big thing for Russia. There are objectives that he wants to get out of this, and it's to a point of when does the cost of achieving those objectives outweigh the benefit of those? And I think there is a big benefit to it.
But I don't think he'll ever. I don't think he will. He just said it. He just. I don't know. I just don't see him fucking stopping anyone soon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at a certain point you will, because your own country, like your population, will turn against you. That control that he's got over them will only go so far.
Yeah.
And if people like a lot of the Russians that are just giving straight up, walking there and giving up and going, "No, you take me to the back. I ain't going back."
Well, it was said. I mean, you read shit on the internet, don't you? And you think, is it? But they were saying that a lot of normal people are leaving Russia because the next thing they're worried about is martial law.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get out while they can. But
it's not. I don't think it's as scary as it's made out to be. And like I say, if you look at, you just take some time and each day just do a little check up and see how far they're going. Like, there's a advance to the east of Kyiv that they're trying to do, and they've been bogged down on this road for like 4 days trying to get down this road, and you don't see that front moving any quicker. There's a lot of stuff like that, and in general, the Ukrainians are doing pretty well.
And you just see stuff, don't you? See footage. You think you got like the Ukrainians standing in front of Russian lorries, and you think the soldiers in those lorries don't want to fucking kill them.
No,
they're firing their guns in the air.
They figured that they were going there just as an exercise, or more as like the Ukrainian people are going to welcome us because all they've got is Nazis and rapists. But it's not like that, and I think a lot of the Russian soldiers are seeing that.
Because if they were trained to go in there as a war, those people they wouldn't get anywhere near those fucking trucks because they'd be shot, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, killing civilians isn't exactly.
No, but they could say they were posing a threat, and we didn't know. But to let them get that close to their vehicles and touch them, you think, well, it's I don't know. It's just fucking. It does. But maybe it's just me then. Maybe I
think it is. Honestly, take some time and look at it, and you got to separate sort of the emotion from it. But just like anything, look at it, try and find the reasons, and I don't think it's as obviously it's not great, but I think the threat of nukes is a long way out.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll get fucking taken out.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's built up quite a good power base and stuff, but like I say, I still think the best idea is fucking. I think it's the USS Gerald Ford.
Yeah.
Put the Gerald Ford. Put the Charles de Gaulle, which is the French aircraft carrier, and put HMS Queen Elizabeth. Just tuck them in around Greece somewhere. Nice couple of big fucking carriers, task force strike groups, because all of like the Russian ships are in the Black Sea and whatever. Like Turkey can keep an eye on them coming through the Straits of. Is it the Straits of Donbass?
I don't fucking know, Ryan.
Just sit them there and just be like, "I'll tell you what, Russia, you can on the ground, you do what you want, but you're not going in the air at all." And I think it was the first Gulf War that, from one American aircraft carrier, they launched more planes than the entire Iraqi army had. What is that? That's me. That's on my mic. That is. One moment.
I don't know what you're doing. Hello. Oh, we haven't shuffling around a few cables.
Rustling some cables. Yeah. But like they're not small things. I think the Gerald Ford, like the American aircraft carrier, is something like 72 jets on it.
Fucking hell, that takes some flipping organisation, doesn't it?
But that's what they're saying about the. I said from the off that the Russians need air superiority to.
Yeah.
Because the convoys are so long, you need air superiority to protect those convoys from drones and blah blah and whatever, and even just from an anti-tank team sat in a ditch next to this road are going to think twice when a fucking MiG flies over their heads.
Yeah.
But they don't, because most of their practice has come from Russians' involvement in Syria and things like that. It's a lot of individual 1-2 plane strike teams and stuff. They're not used to the American style. Like if you look at in Vietnam, America's Operation Linebacker, where they sent something like 75 B-52 bombers over North Vietnam over the course of 3 months. And constantly just barrage after barrage. And I mean,
even how on earth did they withstand that then?
Well, it just hid. It was all in the jungle, so yeah.
They must have decimated it.
Oh yeah. But that was the whole Agent Orange thing they were something like that, defoliages.
Yeah.
So it was a chemical that took all of the leaves off of plants and trees and
so
stuff.
you could see
through the thing, but also at the same time caused terrible birth defects for multiple generations. Yeah.
We're fucking cunts, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not. You've got to think about the American servicemen that were made to mix up this Agent Orange as well in t-shirts and no masks or anything. They were just chucking it out the back of planes,
Yeah.
But yeah, for fuck. Yeah, air superiority is the big thing, and they just don't have the capabilities to put out planes that much for that long. At the moment, it's a bit of air neutrality, they call it, because although the Ukrainian Air Force isn't in force as much, there's enough SAMs and manpads, infantry launched anti-air stuff to keep them down. Their initial bit was quite good because they hit a lot of the radar stations and the static air defences.
Yeah.
Pardon me. But NATO has just chucked so many SAMs and so many manpads at the Ukraine that Russia can't really go anywhere. I don't know if you saw the video of, I think it was an Su-25 that had been shot down, a Russian jet.
No.
It's bad to laugh, but seeing some dark stuff on the internet. But it was 5 pictures of this plane down, and then the last picture was just this hunk burning. And the only way you could tell it was a torso is because you could just see one hand. It was on fire, had no legs, didn't have a right arm, and you couldn't tell a face. You could only just tell 3 fingers on one hand, whereas Russian jet had gone into the ground.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest dick swing that NATO can do. Like I say, it's just a couple of aircraft carriers down there. You can't touch us, we can touch you. Why don't you just fuck off?
Yeah, I don't know.
The same with at the start of the Falklands War. There were 2 or 3 Vulcan heavy bombers.
Yeah.
But their range is about a quarter or a third of getting down to the Falklands from the UK. And
they had to stop off, didn't they, on the way down?
Well, yeah, not stop off. They had tankers on tankers on tankers. I think they had 3 flights of tankers. So the first flight of tankers fueled up the tankers, the second flight, to then fuel up the Vulcans, and then the second flight fueled up the first. The third flight of tankers fueled up the second flight of tankers again, which carried on flying down, which then fueled up the Vulcans again, which took them down to the Falklands, but then they had to turn around and catch another 3 flights of tankers that would fuel each other up to catch the Vulcans on the way back to give them enough fuel to land back in England. But the complexity of working that out is something the Russians just don't have. If you look at their recent combat experience of places like Georgia, Crimea, and Syria. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they were prepared for the resistance that Ukraine is putting up.
No, I think they thought they could just walk in there.
Yeah, that's if you say the same about bloody. How long would the Germans have lasted if Poland put up, although they put up, granted, a really good resistance, and it's harder on their sort of territory, but, if they put up a resistance for less than, I think it was 2 weeks or something, or, I think Holland fell in 3 hours or something like that. They put up a very strong resistance, to be fair to them. Yeah. And a lot of it is, like as I said the other week, that American satellites are currently swarming over Ukraine, and they've got intelligence officers and analysts and all of that stationed in Poland and European countries to help that through. Do you remember the... Actually, you might not. You would have probably been about 3. That's how long ago this was. Cuban Missile Crisis.
No, I don't remember that.
You were 68?
Yeah, I was a year old, right?
But the way that America found... That's annoying. The way that America found out that the Cubans were holding nuclear missiles for the Soviets is that American satellites were going over Cuba, and they're taking pictures, and they were looking, and they noticed baseball fields. And that was what told them that the Russians are putting nukes on Cuba, because Cubans don't play baseball. They play football.
Yeah.
They don't play baseball. It's not a thing on that island. So they noticed baseball fields, which is something that the Russians play.
All right.
If they were, because it wasn't football fields, it was baseball fields, and that was enough to tell the Americans that these new installations were Soviet.
Fucking hell.
And that's the thing. I saw someone saying that the US is helping with information and intelligence, and information is just the raw data, but intelligence is the analysts that pick through all of that. And you think about between the CIA, the NSA, and the American Army's intelligence sort of divisions. Between those three, got a pretty good idea of what the Russians are doing.
Yeah,
and there's even people you must have seen that Anonymous, the hacker, they hacked the Russian TV networks and things like that,
and the Kremlin website.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in Ukraine that are fucking with Russian radio frequencies, so they just get setting up big transformers and blasting out and sort of blowing all of their radio up and things like that. I think there's if you were looking at it as a Russia versus Ukraine sort of thing, then they're probably a bit fucked. But I think the Ukrainians sort of know exactly where Russia is at any given moment. And I don't know if you've seen the TB2s, which are this Turkish UAV drone that is being produced in Ukraine. I think they've got something over 50 of them, and they're only small little light things. I think 1 or 2 missiles on it, but I've seen plenty of fucking tanks, Russian armour getting blown up by TB2s. Yeah. There you go. That was a good burn of about 15 minutes.
Was it?
Yeah. I really don't, I'm no expert. I'm still just like anyone listening, a fucking painter. I spend my time when I'm bored looking at various bits on the internet. Credible Defence, that's a good subreddit for stuff at the moment. The annoying thing is I was in a couple of war footage subreddits already before all of this kicked off, and now it's all kicked off and loads of people have flooded in. They've gone from quite small communities talking about tactics and why this is that way and why this is the other way, and it's now just flooded with people that don't really fucking know what they're on about, like me. Ooh.
Well, no, exactly, but not that you don't know what you're talking about, but it's
There's a fella on YouTube called Sub-Brief, and I think I mentioned him the other week as well, but he's got a video on missing Russian whole segments of their BTGs, their battalion task groups are missing. A lot of logistics support is missing.
Why? What, they just run off, or?
Well, no, just it's the commanders in peacetime when they're just knocking about some civilians that are getting a bit mardy, that they don't need all this logistical support. So what they'll do is say, these units are good. Oh, we need some new trucks though. Why don't you chuck us some money? And then they just pocket the cash. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So it's corrupt as well.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of Russian stuff now is on the back of Hiluxes and fucking, like I say, like, you know...
That farmer nicked a tank.
Yeah, Tetlaw fucking aggregate lorries, that type of thing. That's what they're in now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
They've chucked so much at it, and the Ukrainians have beaten them back so bad.
Yeah.
You know, you'd think within nearly 20 days that they'd take Kiev by now, bearing in mind that it's, 100 miles from the Russian border, if that. You'd think they would have had it by now.
Yeah.
No, they're still not. They're still being held back pretty effectively.
Yeah, no.
Like I say, I'd still like to see a couple of aircraft carriers just planted in the Med.
No.
Even if just for a bit of dick measuring. You just fly along the Polish border for a bit.
Yeah.
A couple of 10 sorties coming off of them. Yeah, there's just 35 F-35s flying across the Polish border.
That'll be enough, wouldn't it? Oh, you know, he'll find a way of fucking.
Well, the thing that makes me laugh is that they're coming out a day or two before Russia is coming out with their like false flag operations and stuff.
What's that?
So false flag is like, say.
Oh yeah, about the biological.
Yeah. So the Nazi German excuse for invading Poland was that Polish troops attacked a German radio station, when actually it was German troops dressed in Polish uniforms attacking a Polish radio station. That's a false flag operation, is making it look like someone else has done it. But yeah, there was, I think, like, the whole thing.
How do you reason with someone like that who just bends the fucking truth to fit their...
Well, you do what they're doing now, which is going, oh yeah, in 2 days they're going to come out with this thing saying that the US has biological labs in the Ukraine. Like, I saw that a couple of days ago that they said they were going to say that, and then no doubt they went and said it. You know, they're catching them out on their lies before they've even said it.
Yeah.
I think it was literally just like a watch out for a Russian false flag operation in the next 4 days, and then a couple of days later it was, well, yeah, the US has biological weapons facilities or whatever.
Yeah, which is all very well letting him say that, and yeah, look, he's a fucking idiot, he's telling lies again, but how long do you let him get away with it before you actually say, look, fucking enough's enough?
Yeah, but at the same time, what
I can't.
I think we thought, well, the West thought that Russia was actually stronger than what they've shown to be now that they've come across a relatively similar, like, technologically developed force in a way, like, you know, shooting up some mud huts in Syria.
Yeah.
Is a little different to a fully, like, that's, you know, when it's just some rebel group.
But it was 130,000 troops, wasn't it? So where have they all fucking... Where?
Unless they're still stuck in their fucking tanks. So they can't go anywhere because they got no fuel. That's the only thing. I think we should buy as much Russian oil as we can. I think we've actually done the wrong thing, because the one thing they're not going to run out of now is fucking oil.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Don't worry, Shell's seeing to that. Shell waited until the Russian oil prices dropped all the way down,
and then
bought a fucking load of it, and then said, "Oh no, we're not buying Russian oil anymore."
Yeah, good business.
Yeah. And they say it takes about 2 months for crude oil to come out of the ground to a petrol pump. Yet we saw price increases in what?
Yeah, 2 hours,
2 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I've got nothing left for the extras now.
Why?
I just don't have anything. Yeah, nice, actual fucking serious bit of podcast, I guess.
It was, yeah.
Well, I don't know how much of it's useful.
It's reassured me a little bit anyway, so that's good.
That's what I mean.
Honestly, and I can't be the only one that thinks like that, surely.
Nukes are so far out of the way. Honestly, they are. That's a big button to push.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like people are. He's crazy. He's nuts. He's not. Putin is a very fucking smart man. Very smart man.
Yeah.
Like I say, he was head of the KGB for quite a while, or the FSB, for a while. Like, he's not a fool.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I think he knows. Maybe he miscalculated what was going to happen, but like I say, he's not an idiot. He's not crazy.
Well, maybe that's only good fucking redeeming.
Well, yeah, but like I say, you've got to look at what they were trying to achieve out of that. He wasn't just going, I'm bored, let's just send the army into here.
Yeah.
There were objectives, there were things they wanted to get out of it, there are still things they want to get out of it, but yeah. You know.
It's just a shame, isn't it? Because you think the people, they were just living their lives like we are.
Yeah.
They're no different to fucking us.
Yeah, especially now when you see all of the the first couple of weeks they tried their best to sort of keep it a bit fair.
Yeah.
And now they're just giving up and they are just shelling the shit out of residential areas and things like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I
think they've realised that. I think they've done it a bit too late. If they were going to go that way, you need to do it from the off, sort of shock and awe.
Yeah.
Hit them, but
scare them.
Now I think they can see that. Oh well, this isn't working. We'll try this, and it's just going to harden the resolve. This is what I'm saying.
This is my thing. That I think if he's not going to win that way, then he'll just up it a level and up it a level and up it a level. Yeah,
but eventually it'll get to a level where, and if NATO is thinking about joining in, I don't think it'd be dipping their toe in. Oh, we'll give you a couple of hundred of advisors to help out. Like, no doubt most NATO countries have got special forces in Ukraine at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, the SAS is there, I have no doubt of that. SEAL Team 6, all the American ones, whatever. But I think if we'd hit them hard and fast and quick enough that
he won't
really have the opportunity to sort of...
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's just that's the way that the West has fought a lot of their wars now, is just overwhelming superiority of everything. Like, there's a YouTube channel called Operations Room, and he's got some good videos, but I'd definitely recommend checking out his Desert Storm ones. And granted, that was nearly 30 years ago now, but that sort of level of... Yeah, they fuck shit up. Like, they fuck shit up. It wasn't... I think out of the whole, like, first 3 days of the invasions, the Americans, or, like, the Allies in a whole, lost one Bradley, which is an infantry fighting vehicle. It's not a tank. It's just like a up-armoured truck. And they decimated the Iraqi army, but then they lost one, IFV. Yeah. And I think, like you say, that's it. You just got to think they got to wake up and think, what the fucking hell was that?
Yeah.
We don't want any more of that, Frankie.
Well, like I say, if you get, I worked it out in a WhatsApp group the other day, I've been saying this from the off, that either a no-fly zone or just a couple of carriers in the Met would sort out a lot of problems. But that's you could theoretically launch in one sortie. Granted that it's not, because what they like doing is you have one flying out to the area of operation, one in the area of operation doing combat air patrol or whatever, and then one coming back, so you've got constant cover over.
Yeah.
But that's 2 active planes, but 6 are needed out of the squadron.
Yeah.
But I reckon between 2 or 3 aircraft carriers in the Med, I reckon you could probably launch about 120, 130 jets. And with how advanced as they are compared to the Russian jets, it'd be wiped pretty quick. And then maybe you chuck in a bit of the American paratroopers, 101st Airborne, 82nd Airborne, something like that. Yeah, it's nukes are his only end, but like I say, I don't see a way that they'd actually get used. I think if you hit them hard enough with something like that the system will collapse, because the people under Putin that have been put in power by him and stuff like that, they still want their power. At the end of the day, they want the status quo, because that's how they've managed to make themselves wealthy.
Yeah.
So they want the status quo. They don't want him to go and cause giant wars and things like that, because that, I saw a video of some matey in a Russian shopping centre chucking rubles over the side of the thing, because they're that fucking worthless now.
Yeah.
I was saying to you the other day that Roblox are worth as much as a ruble. Yeah, I think it's about 4 Robux to a ruble now, so that's how worthless their money is.
Yeah, no.
And they don't want that. Especially if and it definitely needs to be either economically, through sanctions and things like that, or militarily sorted out, because the one person that I'm more worried about than Putin that's looking at this is Xi Jinping.
Fucking China.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. He's looking at it because he's eyeing up Taiwan. Like, oh, well, if they can do it in Ukraine, I can probably do it in Taiwan.
But even he's backed out of supporting him so much, isn't he? He's stepped right away, and they were quite cosy, weren't they, at one time?
Oh yeah. I don't think they're supplying Russian aircraft parts anymore or something like that. But I think they know that because they've got such that the manufacturing industry out there is so big. Like, the cost of our shit might go up quite considerably, but I'll quite happily cripple China's economy and have the price of some tat in a shop go up by a couple of quid.
And get rid of fucking Wish.
I just charge my customers more. Sorry.
Anyway.
In the economy, my dear, it means I have to charge you £275 a day. Anyway. I think I was trying to perk this up a little bit. Hold on. Actually, I got the perfect thing.
God, that was a bit loud.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Sorry, that got very serious for our podcast. It's not normally like that. I was trying to find something to one that was upset Ryan and get him on a rant, but it didn't really work out.
A little bit, but like I say, I don't actually know fuck all. At the end of the day, I'm just a painter that reads the internet.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in war than I am in fucking COVID. I'm just glad there's something else to talk about.
Yeah, that seems to have gone by the by. I was going to say died of death, but that's probably not the right way to say.
Was it? That's probably coughed up and died.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what. Fixed radio news.
Should we leave it for the extras?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you can help support your favourite show from as little as £2.50 a month. That's less than the price of the cup of coffee that I had on the way down here.
Oh, lovely.
You get an invitation into the WhatsApp group. There's a link floating around on the Podfan somewhere for the private Instagram where I post up some stuff.
Follow SND_decorating on Instagram.
Thank you. You done that week. You done that this week.
Yeah.
And I post up on that extras as well. It's quite. You think I don't hold back on the normal 2Decks one? Like, I try and post up a video once or twice a week, even if it's just running through the job. But if you go to pod.fan/TWO-decorators-and-a-microphone-extras.
I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, help support favourite show, £2.50 a month, blah blah blah.
Have a great week.
You get twice the amount of content. So we do this free one, and then we do an extras one. WhatsApp, Instagram. That's
catch you next week.
See you next week. Don't forget to follow TJ Top 10 Painting and Decorating Tips with TJ's Tips
on YouTube. Have a great week. Have a great week. Just have a great week.
What else is there?
See you later. Bye.
I'm pressing record. We're going.
Oh, not having any music now then?
No.
Right.
You fuck that.
You just missed Ryan's DJ set.
Did you ever?
What?
This is the most ridiculous question to ask you because I know full well the fucking answer. Do you ever lay in bed sometimes and then about 20 minutes later you spend upwards of about 60 quid?